of money. I would believe they can take up, if I'm not mistaken, they said over $1 million. From that money, they can cut for the advisor and pay us something. Right? Are we going to be working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? Is there anything we're going to get? Because it don't seem as though there's anything good in here for us. In the area, nothing happening for us, just the government and the pension and everybody taking the money. Yep. And sometimes before you reach 65, you could die before the date, and then you will get nothing. No family, nobody getting nothing. I think it's, for me, it seems like a repast to me. There is nothing, I think even I don't know for sure. I have no proof of it. I heard in Holland that they give benefits to these people. You don't have to work all of these days. They expect you to come 8 o'clock, do the same kind of work. You're getting nothing. Right now, I am not getting anything in the cost of living going up, in your salary going down.
Now, basically, before 10-10-10, that was applicable for all the persons that came in the fund, even at 98, when it became compulsory. They basically maintain the rights of the freedom of you're not obligated to buy back years to make. And if you didn't buy back the years that you was in service, but you need, how you would say that, to complete your pension money, you had rights. And this is what APNA always did and applied to people. You had rights to the uitkering by way of pensioen. So if it is 10 years uitkering, they would apply it by saying, okay, if you were entitled to this amount, you would get 50% of what you would have gotten if you was a member of the fund. So 50% of what you would have gotten without your contribution, that means that that would have been a cost to the government. 10-10-10 passed, and we had a court case, and I'm telling you because they make sure fabricate for that court case a besluit and send it on Tel Kennis number, and based on the court case with 2 of our members as teachers, they were not entitled to get it because the government could have produced a paper that they made after 10-10-10 at St. Martin to say that they scoffed off the caring the race of pension. And so the judge ruled that, oh, these people were in the funds before 98, so they should have bought back. But that was not what was told to people all along before it became compulsory. And we did sign with the APNA, so only the persons that became in 98, they were the ones that are still getting it, but there are a large amount of persons that were put in the fund just before 98 and they did not have that right. So that is why I am very now, regretfully, it is not in the hands of the KOI anymore because that's a past station. But it is something that we have to, look at. So on one of the slides, you can see what are the basic changes in the pension, the new pension arrangement. What are the basic changes? So the basic changes would be that the final salary arrangement becomes the average salary. Why? Because before time, you see, once the friends, political friends become actually netted in with the politicians, and they get a position 3 years before pension at age 56, 57, based on their seniority, they get a good position. And their salary go, let's say, from 5,000 and odd to 12,000, go from these 12,000 and odd or 17,000, whatever. The last 3 years, it's over that 17,000 that they will be paid, while they only contribute 3 years of their percentage in the fund on that last number. So what is happening, that is also depleting basically the things from the fund, because once you get that, the APS have to respect that. And when they notice that that has become now a trend, it's not an exception anymore, but it became a trend by certain people, that they get positions in the late and their salary bloom, and they have not contributed to the fund. That is why one of the arrangements now is the average of the salary. Now, I probably can say I don't have a problem with the average of the salary, but when I hear from a number of my members that they are stuck on scale something on trader 20, as they reach trader 20, everybody forget how to roll over to the next scale and drop the person down there. All the HRs in the personnel affairs department, they done the plug come out from their logical thinking, and they tell people that you reach a maximum. How could I accept a maximum for a teacher, for example, that isn't even 38 years yet, while we stood up next door at the Whitefoot for weeks to protest against, freezing salary at age 38. Now we have some people that are frozen before. So this is where the whole mechanism is going to come in, and we are working on that part, that we need to ensure that our members, and when I say we, I mean the 4 unions, not only teachers, the 4 unions, we need to ensure that our members can get their increment that is due to them on a yearly basis. For the teachers, the 1st of August of every year, and for the civil servants, police, and all the civil servants, the 1st of January every year. What is happening with civil servants? They have SGs and Hoofden van Diensten of sometimes that have to evaluate them. And when come to find out, the evaluation didn't take place, KPMG make up a whole function book and evaluation for the civil servants. And if you're not in the cradle, and if you're not if you're like me, you could criticize, you can think for yourself, or you're not online all the time with your whole fundings, then you don't get the evaluation and then you're stuck. That's not fair. We need to have the evaluations done. And of course, everybody would look at us as union and say, yes, your members got rights, but they got obligation. Of course, they got obligation. Their obligation is to work, and nobody recognizes when they work like horse. The Trojan horses, when they work continuously, they're not being recognized.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Yes, Honorable MP, I am familiar with Article 34, and every minister has had a wish list, but this was certainly not honored due to our financial situation. My projection was as follows. For 2019, building 4 classrooms at the St. Martin Vocational Training School at 1 million guilders, heavy maintenance of subsidized schools in 2020 for 2,200,000 guilders, CRM software in 150,000 guilders in 2020, upgrading main west bleachers Raoul Illich Sports Complex in 2020, 2,400,000 guilders, renovations of the John Larmony Center in 2020, 3,400,000 guilders. Solar panels on school air conditioning in schools, phase 1, 2021, 2,100,000 guilders. Partial acquisition of digital archives in 2021 at a cost of 500,000 guilders budgeted. Digital 3D scanners for archaeological research, 10,000 guilders budgeted for 2021. Upgrading main building Raoul Illich Sports Complex, 3,500,000 in 2021. Construction of the swimming pool Raoul Illich Sports Complex 2021, 5 million guilders. The next question pertains to 11.6 million guilders for capital expenditures. Elucidate regarding the funds allocated for the 1 laptop for every child. The funds allocated for the 1 laptop for every child is reflected in the capital investment because it is an asset. However, it was not taken up in funds needed for a loan. Elucidate regarding the provision for student loans. This amount is reflected in the capital investment because it is an asset. 4.5 million guilders has been allocated for capital expenditures. Is the minister satisfied with this? What is the minister's vision on this? 3.5 million for sports and 4 classrooms. Where are the investments in other educational institutions, culture, and sports facilities? Honorable MP, as Minister of Education, Culture, Youth, and Sport, I am certainly not happy with the amounts allocated on the budget for capital expenditure concerning the vast amount of facilities under the care of this ministry. However, I must be realistic about the reality of this government's financial situation and take a decision under the circumstances. Considering this, it was impossible at this moment to capture all institutions related to the sectors of this ministry. We do believe that a phased approach is necessary, hence the projection outlined in my response to the earlier question. 4. Why was there no capital investment included in this budget for the library? The capital investment budget has no funds allocated for the library. The ministry has incorporated these areas in the ministry's education master plan for the Building Back Better processes. What is the role of the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport when it comes to our cultural and community centers? I'm not satisfied to hear that we're waiting on World Bank funds. What is this budget doing to address these ills? This ministry has subsidy allocated for 2 facilities which are culture-based, and they are the John Larmony Center and the Phillipsburg Cultural and Community Center. Facilities which are regarded as community centers fall under the responsibility of the Ministry of VSA within the division Community Development. The next question relates to concerns about the 1 million guilders within the cabinet of the minister. What exactly is the plan for this amount of funds? This amount is allocated for the law program offered by the University of Curaçao via an agreement vetted by our Legal Affairs Department and subsequently signed between the university and our government. The law program commenced since the latter part of last year, 2018, and is ongoing at this moment. The agreement, which outlines the specifics, can be shared in writing with the House of Parliament. The next question. Can the minister also outline what the procedures are for the minister to use these funds compared to that of a department head? From the MP's experience, the minister does not have to go through the Secretary General or through the Controller. As indicated previously, in the previous 2018 budget, an amount of 1 million guilders was on the budget of the Minister of Finance for the establishment of a law program. This program commenced in 2018, and considering this activity falls within this ministry, the amount was transferred to the budget of the Minister of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport. We recognize that this shift in budget should have been allocated to the Department of Education to be allocated as subsidy. This needed change will be addressed with the Finance Ministry, considering the fact that there is now an official agreement between the government and the institution providing this program. We have already commenced with the process of making the necessary changes for the budget transfer.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
All right, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you are.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Who you are.
Madam Chair, my questions are for you today. For the Minister of Education, I have here the budget in my hand, and I'm looking at the section of capital expenditures, and we see for sports that the minister have $3,500,000 budgeted in his capital expenditures for sports. I would like the minister to give a breakdown in detail what this 3.5 million is to be spent on in terms of sports. The 3.5 million, what is it to be spent on in terms of sports? And I listened to my honorable colleague, Mr. Bryson, a while ago, speaking about a 4.5 million. In your vision, Minister, can you also give me a breakdown of what you see tangible can be done with the 4.5 million for capital expenditures here in the budget? And also I see that you have 4 classrooms for the vocational training school. Now, when we look at the vocational training school, we know that adjacent to the original building, where years ago the old police houses, 4 classrooms are being constructed downstairs and upstairs. And I see here on the budget there is 1 million guilders. But in the budget here it states 1 million guilders, building 4 classrooms, St. Martin Vocational Training School, education, 1 million guilders. Now, Minister, please explain to me exactly what happens when the 4 classrooms are complete, when they are finished built. What happened to chairs? What happened to desk? What happened to class board? What happened to all the necessary instruments that a classroom need to accommodate students? We are talking about 1 million guilders to build 4 classrooms at the vocational training school. That location that we are talking about, there is no fencing around the property of the school. There is no aesthetics in terms of the grass, whether it's going to be manicured, lawnmower, whether we're going to have trees. There are no benches in the playground, in the area, none whatsoever. In the area that I'm talking about, where the 4 classrooms are to be built. Because if I am looking at this budget and you are saying 1 million guilders to build 4 classrooms, then you're telling me you're building a shell. Because, Madam Chair, all of us know that 1 million guilders cannot complete 4 classrooms. It cannot. And I'm drawing reference to the importance that we put on education, Madam Chair, because if the Minister of Finance can allocate 2 million guilders to Bearing Point for consultancy fees, come on, man, for consultancy fees, here we are telling St. Martin the importance of education, And all we have here is 1 million guilders for 4 classrooms. So, Minister, I give you the benefit of the doubt. We have members of parliament who are engineers in here. And I know, in their wisdom, they can agree that 1 million guilders cannot in St. Martin complete 4 classrooms in terms of the complete building, light, water. So we are talking about plumbing, we are talking about electricity, we are talking about doors, we are talking about windows, we are talking about cameras, we are talking about chairs, we are talking about desk, we are talking about water cooler, we are talking about fence, we are talking about the grass, we are talking about the wall. 1 million guilders. 1 million guilders. So, Minister, I give you the benefit of the doubt. Can you please give me a detailed schematic breakdown of what that 1 million guilders supposed to do in terms of the, what does the budget say? Building 4 classroom St. Martin Vocational Training School. I would like to know the 1 million guilders, a list of the complete structure, because if the contractor said that he can complete the 4 classrooms for 1 million guilders, then I'm saying to you, through the Chair Lady of Parliament, I am saying to you, Honorable Minister, please go and get a quantitative surveyor and look at the quality of those 4 classrooms.